Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you.
Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 73. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week, well, two-phased again. We have a great interview coming up in the second half. Fun time. Mrs. did some of her own research and she watched porn.
A little.
Just a bit. But in the first half, we're going to discuss an article that, well, I found perusing that really, I guess, kind of piqued my interest after our interview. And then, well, after this past weekend, too. But, well, we'll get into that a little bit more as we get into the first half of this week's episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, so, well, episode 73.
Almost to 75.
Exactly. As we said in the opening, we have a great interview coming up in the second half of this week's show. Thank Erica Icon from the Rub PR, as we had the chance to sit and talk and learn a little bit about James Bang.
Ooh, a male performer.
Yes. And Mrs. did some research for this, and, well, she blushed a few times during the interview and giggled and chuckled a little bit. It was a good time.
Did I?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It was really fun. We had a great time meeting him and really learning about him. Definitely a new name for both of us. And, well, after talking to him and really, hearing a lot of just what he had to say, his visions, his thoughts, his drive, just a great career ahead of him, as well as, his performing and on-camera work as well. So all around great person. So again, you'll hear that in the second half. As we said in the first half, though, we're going to discuss an article that came up a little bit from some of the conversation we had with him and some of the things he has coming up in the future he's working on. And, then, well, yeah, we've been busy. And this weekend, oh boy, busy came down to busy. And me and Mrs. had a long weekend. Good long weekend. And, this article that I found, I wasn't necessarily looking for this at the beginning, but as it came up, I'm like, boy, yeah, after this weekend, okay, all right, this article bases everything down in 30-minute intervals. Oh, boy, ooh, wow, it was a workout weekend, Mrs. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, toys had to be plugged in a few times.
Some toys came out that haven't been used in a little while.
Yeah.
A rather large one?
Yeah. Hey, you'll have that. Every once in a while, you just got to let it all hang out.
In the right company.
Yes.
So, anywho, what's this article?
Anywho, off to the interwebs for this article. And quite interesting. This article comes from the Times of India. Now, from what I know through geography, history, everything, they're a very conservative country. Mm-hmm. This article really well, got me when I saw it. Again, being from the Times of India. And this article was published June 1st, 2023. And the title of the article is
9 sex positions and the number of calories they burn.
So, welcome to summertime, getting that dad bod together. Let's burn some calories.
And why not enjoy it while you're doing it?
Yes. It's not like running on the hamster wheel of death or the treadmill, that some people call it, or, hey, a different way of getting blood pumping and burning some calories. So the article starts out and it says, some sex positions guarantee fierce orgasms. Some assure you a big number of calories burned. So how effective as an exercise really is sex? So the article goes down through the 9 positions, and the calorie numbers that they have here are based on a 20 to 30 minute interval. Mm-hmm. Now it says each position is assumed to be done for 20 to 30 minutes. And these numbers are based on 135-pound average female, and definitely not a dad bod me guy at 155-pound male.
Okay.
So let's see.
Average builds on both.
Yeah. So, fairly average builds. So let's take a look at these 9 positions and see which one, burns the most calories, I guess. First one, missionary. So, okay, 40 calories for the woman and 120 calories for the guy. Guess that's fair. Missionary, woman's prone, not moving, does it take into account leg thrusts? Are you like wrapping your legs around and pumping and going, or are you just pillow princess laying?
There are ways that a woman can be a little more involved in that missionary position.
I mean, yeah. I'm guessing this again is kind of standard missionary.
Right.
Hey, again, I'm sure if you're going to wrap your legs around my back or my ass and slammy India, then you might burn another calorie or 25. All right. Fair.
All right.
Next one.
Doggy style.
Wah, wah. Snoop.
A woman burns 80 calories and the man burns 120.
So, if we go back to the previous. So they're just saying the Elvis Presley hip movement shaking from a guy, just no matter what, it burns 120 calories?
I guess so.
Oh, man. You need a little more speed or a little more, how do you just burn in the same amount of calories?
Well, I mean, really, it's the same motion.
Yeah, but this one you're like standing, or maybe you're kneeling. Well, I guess missionary, you're kneeling too, huh? Oh, shit. Well, then maybe so maybe in doggy, guys burn a little more calories, and you got to work those arms too. It's like, smacking that ass. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
You got to get the upper body workout too, maybe. Them is rookie numbers. Okay. On to the next.
Sex position. Legs in the air. Okay, how is this different than missionary?
From a lady standpoint, is this like maybe working your abs and stuff, or
I don't know, because it burns more calories. It's saying than missionary and doggy. It's saying women burn 85 calories and men burn 130.
When this from guys, we're holding legs up. We're either holding them together and going. We're holding them wide and going. We're spreading. We're closing. We're spreading. We're closing. We're shifting. We're moving. I mean,
that's a lot of shifting and moving.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, if they're video camera watching, it's not always just legs straight up pointing to the ceiling. They move them things around, wrap them around my neck. I mean, again, that is missionary, just half folded.
True.
So, or
all the way folded, depending on how much you get into it.
Yeah, how much.
But then that's not
how
really
deep you want to go, and.
But then that's not really legs in the air.
No, that's legs on the titties. That's knees on the titties. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Next one, cowgirl.
Ooh, ladies get a big jump with this one. Ladies, for cowgirl, you're going to burn 220 calories. Guys, you're down to 40.
Hey, but you know what? At 40 calories burning, that means you could have a beer while you're burning them. I don't know. But again, so all right, I mean, cowgirl, is that the basic variation? Guy flat prone? I mean, there's cowgirl. I mean, we get into cowgirl and it's good for a minute or two, and then it's like, oh yeah, my knees got to be bent and I got to be moving and working too. Then you're working them glutes and stretching them glutes and tightening them cheeks. So it's a workout. You're working the muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give it to you. So reverse cowgirl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guys, we're still at 40. Cool. We got a nice view too. I mean, both are nice views, but there's just something about that reverse view. Ladies go down to 100.
Well, think about this one. Reverse cowgirl can be dangerous for the guy.
Good point. Broken wieners aren't good.
So the speed is usually a little slower than cowgirl. Mm-hmm. That's where I see the calorie difference being.
Yeah. And at the same time, it's dangerous for the guys, but it can be dangerous for the girls too, because even if it's not a broken wiener, it's easier to slip into the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you ain't lubed up and ready for that, that's hurting both people.
Yeah, because you're probably getting slapped.
That's where I was going to, because I'm sure that's coming right back off of there and crack. I didn't even mean to. All right.
Oh.
So cowgirl is the girl's best friend so far.
Sounds like it.
Uh-huh. And that's the guy's relaxing spot. So, all right.
Mm-hmm. Maybe catch your breath a little.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Spooning.
Okay.
All right. So the women are 70 calories for being the little spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are 110 calories for being the big spoon.
Yeah.
Right. You get a little movement and going, and spooning isn't necessarily fast-paced and heavy and hard. So, all right.
Well, no, because that angle's a little difficult.
Yeah, you go a little slow. That's a little slow. That's more slow and sensual, and that is the warm-up. Spooning's like it's like the first lap of the race.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm waiting to see this next one.
Yes. Oral.
Mm-hmm.
So, women, 60 calories. Men, 70. That seems low.
Why does that seem low?
I mean,
you only muscle.
My tongue gets a lot of workout. And then you got to be working the things, and then you're touching, and you're caressing, and you're feeling boobs, and you're feeling butts, and there's a lot of movement there. As Mrs. About falls off the chair because she gets excited thinking about fingers and butts and tongues, and she's all flustered right now. She about just dropped right to the floor. Might have just dropped the microphone and been like, all right, listen, this is how it goes.
The seat of the stool shifted. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. The seat on the stool. It was like,
I thought it was jumping me on the floor. Okay.
I mean, all right. I mean, from a lady's end of oral, are you using a hand? Are you okay?
No, I'm more look ma, no hands.
Yes, you are. Uh-huh. And I mean, okay, they're saying a half hour average. You're not giving oral for a half hour.
Sometimes I wish they could see my face.
Yeah, because you get to the point you're like, no, I want that shit somewhere else. Let's go.
Well.
And I try to give oral for a half an hour, and you're like, stop that freaking shit now, and I'm good. Move on. I mean, hey, sometimes you got to compromise. Yeah. All right.
I don't know. Is this one that
Position
we've really
8.
ever tried?
Yeah, this is like...
I don't think our proportions are too off. I don't know.
It's very, yes, we have. It's not the most comfortable. It's not the most penetrative. And that's the Lotus.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, I think might work very well if one of us weren't almost a foot taller than the other.
Yeah, well, and again, I think it's just in trying this, I just never saw the
appeal.
No, the appeal's there. I think it's just a lot more of the. I don't feel like I'm getting full penetration. Like
okay.
There's still more to go, and it's just not. Maybe we just haven't found the exact right spot, but. Yeah, I mean, but anyway, in this...
Women get the upper hand on this one.
Yeah.
Ladies, you burn 100 calories. Men, 40.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's a position where, I mean, yeah, a guy's sitting Indian style cross-legged, and you're just sitting and the woman's doing the work. This is like sitting cowgirl, really.
Pretty much. Yeah.
All right. So... last one. And yeah. So here we go. Standing. Mm-hmm. So women, and it gives a range here. Okay. 100 to 150 calories. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Typically, now this says standing. Is this totally standing? Is this the guy standing and holding you? There's a lot of variations of this position. Mm-hmm. And it does say men over 500 calories. Mm-hmm. I say for myself, I love that standing position and picking you up and holding you and going.
But there's no way we're going 20 to 30 minutes.
There ain't no way I'm lasting 20 to 30 minutes. That is like the... oh shit, I got a couple minutes and this is, I got to stop this one. There is something about the angle, the penetration, the feel that is signed, sealed, delivered. Oh, I'm done. Yeah. I just.
Clean up. Aisle 5.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think everybody has that one position. And for me, standing is the one that it's like, yeah, it's over. It's great, but I have no stay power there. I'll admit it. Hey, it is what it is. All right. As we look, hey, start working on that summer bod and get a little toned up. No, find the position that burns the most calories.
So, were there any that you were surprised at the amount of calories, or like
this standing definitely at a guy at 500? Again, unless that's I could see if that is okay standing, and that is the guy standing, your legs wrapped around,
right?
My hips or my neck, and holding onto your ass and going it. Okay, yeah, that's fine, because now you're standing, you're holding and supporting another body weight.
Right.
And you're moving. Okay. 500 calories is, it's just pretty good. It's a lot of calories in a half hour.
I mean, well, like you said, that could be a standing variation of doggy.
Yeah. Yeah. Could it be standing, just both standing and, one leg up against the wall? So again, variations. Mm-hmm. I guess when I really look at it,
I mean, and even not necessarily ones that you thought were more. Were there any that you went, really? That's all?
Well, I did in oral, but okay, I guess the more you think about it, okay.
Well, and you got to think you're probably consuming a little calories there too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're good, clean calories. I mean, the cowgirl one, I guess for the guys, 40 calories. And
well, and I'm sure they all depend on how involved both parties are.
Yes.
In the movement in the two positions.
Yes, because it really doesn't it just here's the position. So,
right.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes guy just wants to lay there and enjoy being ridden in with the woman and cowgirl.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'm just grabbing onto your ass and I'm just pounding from down below.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I'm looking at it as, okay, this is average type. There's nothing that really kind of was, oh, wow, that's different. Right. That's off, maybe from the doggy style standpoint, I mean, of a woman and hers is only 80 calories, but in something like that, you're supporting your body weight. You're almost doing like a partial push-up. Mm-hmm. Would it be a little bit more? Again, it's
right.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's why we're not the professionals. We just keep practicing.
That's right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. And with that, I think we're going to take a short little break here.
And get right to the interview.
All right, welcome back to this half of this week's episode. As we had said, we have a very special guest with us today. We want to take a minute and thank Erica Icon at the Rub PR for giving us the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation and get to learn who this newer performer is within the industry. Our guest is known as the greatest Asian cock in the universe.
That's right.
An eclectic,
likes that.
Yeah, an eclectic mix of Vietnamese, Chinese, and French.
Yes.
Started
6 years ago.
Started 6 years ago.
Patty knows. Hey, Patty.
Yeah.
Patty. She's a fan. I can tell. I love it.
And he jumped into mainstream just about a year ago. He's worked with some of the top models in the industry. And with the following he has created on his OnlyFans and creator sites, his career is bound to do nothing but continue to grow. Our guest, please welcome James Bang. How are you?
Hey, everyone. Thanks for taking the time again to interview me on your awesome show. Pretty excited to share anything that you have to ask me for any of your viewers and fans of myself. So thanks for that awesome introduction and Patty's contribution to having me into the industry. So thank you, Patty.
Yeah. So, and again, we thank you for the time taken out of your day, and again for us to learn a little bit more about who it is you are, what you're doing, what the future may hold, and well, just really, again, like we said, just learn about someone new. Mm-hmm. And as you said, Mrs. here, she did some research, and I'm like, okay, do some research. So what kind of research are we doing? I'm like, well, as I've always said, you got to watch some film to see who we're talking about. So before we get started, can you let everyone know where is the best place to find you online or on social media?
So you can actually find me on Twitter, twitter.com/JamesBangXXX. You do have to find me through the hyperlink, typing it out, because I am shadow banned, just like a lot of the other adult performers in the industry. So that's probably the easiest way. I do have two focuses for where I post my personal content, and that can be found first off of my OnlyFans for $4.99 a month. I make it affordable for everyone, and also my mini vids. So you can purchase my videos a la carte, or you can, be a fan on OnlyFans. I am working on more previews on my Pornhub, and I do have a X Hamster and X Videos that I am pending to post more videos and content on as we speak. So the more footage that I get, I'm constantly creating. On average right now, it's looking at about 1 to 3 new videos on a weekly basis. Once those videos kind of sell out themselves, the first 6 months off of my many vids, OnlyFans, I typically post 10 minutes on average, my videos go for 30, 45 minutes a piece. I'll take the best 10 minutes out of that footage and share it on the platform sites like Pornhub and the tube sites, basically, pretty much. Oh. So that's where people can find me. Keep everything kind of concise as possible. So.
And it allows you to focus just on that and not worry about juggling so many. We know a lot of performers. Hey, more power to you if you can juggle 8 different clip stores and this, that. But well, hey, if you can nail your product down and here it is and streamline it, there you go.
Yeah, trying to keep it a easy system for me. So. It's been working out so far.
Nice. Very good. So, as Mrs. said in the intro, you had started in the industry about 6 years ago, correct?
Yeah. So I started with it was an interracial website by the name of bananafever.com. They're still present. It's the premier website for Asian male talent on interracial females that are non-Asian. We've had a couple Asian guests on the website, but it's typically an Asian male talent with a Caucasian, African-American, Hispanic female talent. And we typically put in storylines. They do POV only videos where, the Asian talents don't show face. There's, myself amongst other Asian talents in the industry. There's 2 other names out there. There's David Lee out in Las Vegas and Leo Weiss in LA. So us 3 are on the website that do show face. And we do have one POV guy that owns the website. His niche is no face, but he speaks Mandarin to the talents. And he does sort of a dirty talk in Mandarin. And that's kind of the niche that they have going on. So I did that for the first 5 years of my career. And the shoots were inconsistent when I first started, right? I would get a shoot. I started off, I believe it was in March, right after my 29th birthday, actually, is when I entered the industry. I had my first scene with Carolina Sweets.
Okay.
She was a very big name, very pretty girl. I see the light go off in your facial expressions. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with who that is. And after the first scene that I did with Carolina, it was a no-brainer to be in the industry. I had so much fun. I couldn't believe that she actually showed up on set working with a brand new talent like myself. It's funny because on that day, it actually didn't happen on the first day because it was right after St. Patrick's Day. And so she ended up canceling the shoot the day after. And Patty's laughing right now, but these things do pop up, right? They pop in porn all the time.
But you don't hear that too often from the female end.
Yeah, you don't. That's probably not something they want to share, but I was super excited. I was super gung-ho. I prepped for the scene, didn't have sex, masturbate for 1 whole week, made sure my load was strong, my testosterone levels were high, I was working out. And then the morning of the shoot, we get a text, saying what I just told you right now about her. So we ended up rescheduling the week after, and it was all worth it because she came out of the Uber, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Such a good opportunity. We did the scene, ended up getting a good 30 minutes of sucking and sex footage out of my very first scene. So it was a very good time. Storyline was good. I think I played like a yoga instructor, teaching her how to do some yoga, and then we ended up having sex in the scene. Scene was smooth. Everyone was happy. After posting the initial first video online on Pornhub, it actually showed up on the main page within 3 business days. So
wow,
that's huge. Yeah. Wow. Right. So in that time, I actually didn't mention to any family members that I was doing my first video, obviously. My family comes from, they came from Vietnam, very strict family, traditional, date one person, get married at a certain age. You're trying to go to school, be a doctor or a lawyer. If you can't do that, you get a 6-figure job. Just very strict, methodical. That's the kind of background I came from. After it showed up on Pornhub, within the first 3 days, I think it was like the 4th day, one of my sister's best friends was jerking off one night, and he found me. And he ended up ratting me out to my sister. My sister reached out to me and said, "Hey, are you doing this? I saw your Twitter. That's you." And I was like, "Hey, Patty's laughing. It's so funny." Oh, wow, right, Patty?
So I'm just thinking, hey, that's a sibling for you, right?
Yeah, they're older. Both my siblings found out, older sisters, asked me if everything was okay, if I was getting pimped out by someone. Just the normal questions that a civilian or someone outside the industry would ask, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and they were concerned because I came from a really good job. I was actually working in the pharmaceutical sales industry for about 10 years prior to me getting my first porn scene. And, they were all kind of questionable about my decision when they saw me pop up on the front page of Pornhub. Kind of like, how do you get this career and go from that to that, right? So it was big. It was a big shock to them. But it was good because it was my time to kind of share what I was doing on the back end and kind of like where I was with my career and my happiness. And, that's what I really wanted. I still really want it right now, but that's kind of where my life was positioned with that video. My second video was actually scheduled with Blair Williams, another big star. And we ended up doing a beach scene. I think it was like 2 weeks after from the success of the first video that I had with Carolina Sweets, how I popped up on the first page and everyone saw my face. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I have to, keep going with this and use that momentum. And, I finished that second video and little did you know, it popped up again on the front page the second time again. And then, so after that had happened, more people started finding out in my personal network. People from my high school found out, and it was just my second video, right? I didn't have many things out there. It was just the fact that it popped up in front of the page where they found out. So that's kind of how, my first few videos went, how my family found out, my background of like, how strict they were. They were all in shock, but now they're a little bit more acceptable of it. So
and
that's how it went. Yeah. And after that second scene, I actually wasn't shooting consistently with Banana Fever because their subscribers, it was up and down. The site wasn't where it's at right now to this day. So they couldn't afford to have new bookings every other week. It was more so a booking every other month. So I wasn't being booked consistently. It was, after that Blair scene, I think I waited. I had like a 2 or 3 month interval before my third scene, which was with Brittany Light. Another performer in the industry. She's actually retired now. But after that, I think it was like Natalia Queen was my fourth one. But it was pretty much every other month from then on. So,
and at that point, you have to do your own because that's not paying the bills.
It's not paying the bills. No, so I was still working in the pharma job while doing Banana Fever. I wasn't actually creating my own content yet as of last year. So I just did one video every other month. I think I got up to like 23, 24 videos with Banana Fever. And then I decided to, do it full time with OC Modeling. So I joined them right after Valentine's Day of last year. we're a little bit over a year now. I would say, March, April, May, June, about 16 months in as of today. And my OnlyFans I created back in May, June. So I'm only 1 year into my OnlyFans. It's doing really good right now. From the year I started, I'm actually in the top 10% of creators at the moment. So it's doing pretty good. I'm tracking pretty good. I see the growth. I see, more potential and opportunities out to collab with other creators. A lot of creators are finding more interest. When I initially started, obviously being a male talent, it's harder to get girls to collab with you. And I was always the one reaching out to them, trying to set up dates. But now I've come to a point where it's, 75% of them are reaching out to me now to collab with me. And I'd rather have it that way, because then I know, the girl really wants to work with me if she's the one sending the first initial message. So that's kind of how it all panned out to, where my content creation is right now. Started out kind of hunting, gathering, and now I'm doing less hunting. I'm still hunting, but you know what I mean? It's, girls are hitting me up to do the initial collab. So that's always good news.
Yeah. And you say, always hunting, but there's guaranteed there's performers out there that you see and say, well, you know what, I'm going to reach out to you because I really want to work with you as well.
Oh, that's
so
for sure.
You always have to be looking. That is going to continue to build your brand.
Of course. Yeah. That's a huge point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you signed with OC, was that when you got even more into, yes, Banana Fever was mainstream. So is there, more mainstream coming up now with OC and on the horizon?
Yeah, so I found really good luck after the first few weeks of being in OC modeling. Cherry Pimps Live actually hit me up for their first show, their Wild on Cam Street Mate Model show, where they have me working with another female talent just doing BG. It's basically a 1 hour show. The first 10 minutes is, me and the girl starting off the intro, kind of kissing, getting to know each other. The next 10 minutes is the girl doing a solo. And the remaining 40 minutes is the boy-girl sex of the show. So I had my first opportunity within the first 3 weeks. The Cherry Pimps production manager, he's been really good to me. Ever since that first scene had happened, I think they were really impressed with my performance, my ability to kind of think on my feet with the improv that you need to have for that particular show. They ended up booking me once a month for that particular show up until today. So that's my most consistent booking as we speak. I've done some VR work for Sex Like Real. I've been on a couple of their VR shoots, which isn't easy to do. It's more about angling, staying hard, and really difficult positions. It's not pleasurable at all, except the finish. So,
and we've heard that from some other performers, even from the female side of doing VR, and some of the POV. They're like it's not as enjoyable as you would. It's not an enjoyable type of sex because of exactly what you said. It's more, what direction are you moving, looking, that's it.
Exactly. It is difficult to make, but at the end it's very rewarding once you see the footage and you see what you can output to the fans. The fans really enjoy it. They get a 3D view of, some of the companies have 3D views where you can see kind of what's going on, left, right, middle, top, bottom. Where you can wear the actual VR goggles. So that's a really cool experience to have for the fans. It's different, right? I'm always trying to give fans a different experience. I've been on Mind Control 2 times. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, DVV Entertainment. They do more of kind of like a witchcraft, mind control, pendulums type of scenes, stuff like that.
Nice.
So, where they have like the 8 balls, the fortune telling, that kind of stuff. So
fun.
Yeah.
So as you're doing these scenes, you had said just previously that, some of these companies had said that they liked your kind of improvisation. So from the acting side and setting up a scene, do you enjoy dialogue? Do you look and try to do scenes that do have like some dialogue build up? Is it comedy? Is it serious? Is it laid back, relaxed?
Oh yeah, it's all of the above. What you just said. It depends on the storyline of the scene. I'm trying to really set up the scene, ultimately to make the viewer super horny, right? So you want everything to kind of match and align and put the puzzle pieces together, whether it's making someone laugh or, it's an alpha type scene where I have to play like a police officer or, something of that type or masculine role. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of all of the above. There's not one type of scene that I specifically focus on. I kind of do it all. I do only do boy-girl work. I don't really venture out to like the bi stuff, the gay stuff, or even the trans stuff. So
okay. Well, and you just recently, I know I saw a press release come out today. You just released I believe it was your first boy, girl.
So I've had a couple of mainstream boy, girl shoots. It's my first boy, girl collab video that I own. So
there you go.
Yeah. So I take a lot of pride into owning the video, directing, producing the video. I have my own videographer that comes out to film it, to edit it. I'm obviously directing the positions. In this particular video, it was starring Kira Noor. She's a big name in the industry. I'm sure you guys are aware. AVN performer, female performer of the year 2023, and she recently just picked up a Brazzers contract, just working exclusively for them for the next 6 months.
Wow!
So,
nice.
Had the opportunity to work with Kira, and it's crazy how that scene ended up working. So I collabed with her for her professional site back around Valentine's Day of this year. She hit me up, went over to her apartment, made the scene, and it was huge. I mean, that's probably my best seller to date.
Nice.
It was huge just because it was something different. A lot of my fans usually are used to seeing me work with Caucasian talent, the white females, or even Hispanic talents. And with Kira, she was actually my first African-American female that I had worked with in the collab. And you don't see that very often, is an African-American female with an Asian male talent. You just don't see that. I think that's why that video took off. It was huge. So I ended up collabing with another African-American female. Her name is Freckle Lemonade. She's just a smaller content creator you can find her on Twitter. But I made a scene with her. I released a preview clip. Kira saw it. Kira got horny. Kira texted me, asked me if Patty's laughing.
There you go.
She texted me and said, hey, that Freckle Lemonade girl is banging, huh? Like, I would love to do a BGG with you and her. And obviously I'm a guy. It's kind of like, well, you're throwing pussy at me. I'd have to.
Well, I don't know. Let me think about that.
With the scene before around Valentine's Day. So it only made sense for me to make a scene with two black girls just because I've had the success with them in the past. So we combined the scene. I just released it this past Friday. It's been doing really well on my OnlyFans, many bids. And I recently, I hooked up with Erica from The Rub to help me out with the press releases for Twitter promotions. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That was a huge video that I got to add to my sites.
Yeah,
so.
Very nice. So is that somewhere you see your career going, to that producing, directing side?
Yeah, so right now I'm trying to get, more exposure with the James Bang brand. I definitely want to tap into more mainstream companies. I'm talking to Brazzers right now about a big orgy scene later in the year. I'm hoping to link up with them. I'm hoping to, make some appearances on Team Skeet. I've been on Cam Soda a few times. I want to be on their show a couple more times, just to kind of build my mainstream brand. Because I feel like once the mainstream brand takes off, everything else is going to fall into place a little bit easier, even including the collabs. It's just going to increase my credibility, right? So that's my number one focus. Once I kind of align everything together, hopefully get more mainstream videos, then my secondary thing is the directing and producing of my own videos. So getting my name out there, getting more exposure, getting more mainstream, and then the content creation is kind of number two. So, but it can happen both ways, right? If I don't, for whatever reason, OCM, for example, signed me for 3 years on the contract. I have about a year and a half left. If I don't, I'm 35 right now. If I don't get more mainstream videos in the remaining year and a half, I'll probably go into more of the directing, producing, because that's, you have to be real with yourself. You can't just rely on one thing, right? So if I'm finding success creating my own videos, and I'm going to continue that, that's like an easy path to go to. But I find the harder path is the mainstream right now. So I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to post more photos of myself, so I don't, I guess look so tense, so I can look more outgoing, to kind of maybe attract more of the mainstream companies to book me more. So that's my main focus right now. That's what I'm working on at the moment.
Nice. With all of the work you do, how do you take time for your mental health, your just yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, that's so good. So I was finding myself really busy around probably the beginning of this year. I started really taking my collabs and content creation really serious around Halloween of last year. I noticed that I was getting really busy, start of January up until now. So I decided to, obviously you have to know how to make the videos, make good content, but you also have to know how to market it and do press releases, right? So that's the time when I decided to link up with Erica at The Rub, just to help manage, the press release, the marketing side of the business. And that was back in March, the end of March. And we started April, May. So we're, going into 2 months. Next month will be the third month. But I've been really happy with Erica. It took a lot of time that I used to use to market my own stuff, to do press releases. And she does it so much better than I did, in the past, because, I'm a new talent. I don't know as much as she does, right? So, hiring her, I'm in the process of hiring a video editor as we speak, and also administrative assistant to help me with scheduling my pro shoots, my collabs, just to align everything on the Outlook schedule, just to be a little bit more organized, right? But to stay mental, just to answer your question, I'm trying to kind of outsource my work so I can just focus on creating new videos, focus on the mainstream stuff, and then focus on my personal life. So I think that once I get the video editor and an assistant, it'll be even, that's what I'm looking for right now, because I'm trying to increase my time with the weightlifting. That's the two things I love to do, is weightlifting and jujitsu. So I'm finding that, back in March is the time that I really got busy, and I had to skip out on those two things. So, just kind of spreading out the work and the love to other people, so I can kind of focus on my own mental health, like you mentioned. So,
yeah. And it's the overburden, and so many of us do it. I do it. We talk about it all the time, just to try to step back. We get caught up in the everyday things, and we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that, and we got to get done. And from your end to say, hey, look, I have to outsource for myself. That's, I think, some things that people don't think about. Well, how can you get something off of your plate? At the end of the day, it might cost a couple bucks, but it's going to be better mentally for you. And, well, you're going to make up those couple dollars just getting stuff off your plate.
I'm thinking, you're exactly right. I'm thinking big picture. I'm thinking, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. I'm trying to build this brand and make it sustainable and have a system, like I had mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. The beginning of the year, I was a one-man show, but after I, linked up with a PR company and now looking for 2 more people, it's going to take a lot of that, out of my mental health and kind of get better with that. So,
and that seems my background is sales consulting, food service. So as you had said earlier, you were in the farm sales, the pharmaceuticals. What you're talking about here is kind of like it's that business concept. Hey, let me do this, and I have somebody to help here, help here, help here. It works in every business aspect. Mm-hmm. And what you're doing is running your own business and your own brand.
Yeah, it's huge. So it's definitely going to help out, and all these little pieces will add up together.
Good.
So
that's awesome. So how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
So I just signed up. I'm about 3 months in.
Okay.
I'm still a white belt, so I'm not trying to, pick fights on the street with anyone bigger than me, like yourself, or even I probably wouldn't want to fight her either. But that's kind of what they teach us. They talk to us in class in the beginning, kind of like a Mr. Miyagi talk. Big picture. You don't want to fight anyone if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We do role playing, good guy, bad guy. They show us the move. Today, I just went to a class earlier today. It was a standing guillotine headlock. So we went over that technique, went back and forth. But I'm about 3.5 months into it right now. So within the 3.5 months, I've only completed, I'm guilty, I think I'm at like 16 classes so far. So I try to average, 2 to 3 classes a week just to kind of stay sane.
Yeah.
I leave my cell phone in the car. I lock my car. I'm in class, walking to class, and in class, it's about an hour, 20 minutes of like not being on my cell phone or Twitter or any adult stuff at all. So,
and that unplug.
Yeah, we all need it from time to time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we spend too much time with the phone and with that. I talk about that all the time, and then I'm the one that's on social media and on this and on that, and on email and everything, and it's that breakaway. So that's great that you're able to get that time to just walk away from it and refresh and unplug for a little bit.
And it's I'm always thinking about adult entertainment because I'm an entertainer, right? So it's nice to just unplug. Mm-hmm. And excuse me if this is too rough, but I just don't want to think about pussy all day. That's where I'm coming from. So she's laughing right now, but
yeah,
I'm thinking like, if I'm going out to this class, I'm rolling on the floor with other men, we're going back and forth, good guy, bad guy. It's going to allow me to disconnect like you mentioned, but that's the reason why I ended up signing for the class. I'm trying to, by the end of maybe this year, that's a little hopeful, but I want to get to the next level, which is a blue belt. So I'm hoping to complete the courses on my white belt card right now. And when that happens, then I can test for the blue belt. So hopefully that'll be in the coming future soon. So
nice. Very good. Future. Is there anything you can give a peek under the hood here in the next maybe 6-8 months? Anything without giving too much? Is there something fun, something different coming out?
Yeah, so I don't want to give. I think I said I mentioned a production company's name from a previous question, but I'm working with them to potentially do a big orgy scene with that company. It's going to take place probably by the end of this year. And so far we have Kira Noor. I can give her name because we're pretty good friends. She's going to be in it. She wants me to be in it. She's actually recruiting for this particular scene. So she's looking for the top talent that she's worked with personally. And that should be by the end of this year. I just don't want to give out too much because if it doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm caught with my pants down.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, I want to be consistent, give a damn good show to cherry pimps every month. That's my favorite booking so far. I'm always enthusiastic to show up on set, work with the videographer, the production manager, director on set, and obviously the female talents that they book me with. It's always someone really, really gorgeous. So I love being on set for them, and it's something consistent, and it just holds true to my heart because I felt like they really empathized with me being in the industry. For only 3 weeks with OCM, they gave me that big opportunity to do a boy-girl scene. You know, most male talents start off as a kook in the background getting cheated on, or as an extra in the background, or some sort of role that doesn't require like any sex activity, right? It's just kind of like being in the background or, you know, playing a kook. So I was really fortunate to be given that my first few weeks. And I'm really fortunate that first scene that I did for them worked out the way that it worked out, with everything from how that day went, how, you know, the production manager treated me, the videographer, and obviously me getting along with the female talent. So that's always the most important part of a scene, is getting along with the female performer. So for me, it is. That's
a little hard if you don't get along to do what you have to do to make the scene.
It's tough.
I mean,
yeah.
It's really tough. You're working with naked bodies, right? So it's not, you know, there's a lot going on in the thinking process. That
it is. It's a lot of mental, and we've talked about that as well. So from your end, you're in front of the camera and you're doing this, and there might be 3, 4, 8, 10 different people on set behind cameras and mics and everything.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to block that out mentally and do what you're there for. On the flip side, it's the same. It's not the same, but there's still a little bit of the same in the swingers lifestyle, because now you got multiple people and you're like, oh man, my shit better work, or I'm going to, you know, get out of your head, because oh my gosh, wake up. Hello. What's going on down there?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's about that being out of your head, and, you know, if there isn't that connection with your co-star, it makes it even worse. Yeah, even worse.
Yeah. I mean, the scene, if they're looking for, you know, for example, Cherry is 1 whole hour, right? It's 1 hour, but then 45 minutes prior to that hour, you're taking professional photos, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing these sexual positions even in the photos, and that'll be an hour and 45 minutes that you would have to dread. On top of that, you're sharing the changing room, makeup room with them when you're signing all the paperwork and doing all the consent forms. So it's a whole experience. It's so important to get along just from the start, even signing paperworks. You know, that's important too. So the whole aspect of it, just being around a female talent, it's huge. So
good. Well, again, it seems like some things in the works. Things are growing. That's positive. Conventions. Got to ask, have you got in with OC kind of after AVN this year, but have you been to any industry conventions?
Yeah. So the first one I went to was in the summer last year, XRCO in Hollywood. It's a smaller event. It's more of like an urban setting. That was the first one that I attended. The next one I attended was my first real convention, was AVN for earlier this year in Las Vegas. That was a huge one for me. I wasn't nominated because I was too new, but I ended up getting a lot of collab work just from meeting female talents in person, having them see my body language, my personality. I'm a pretty cool dude. I'm not that creepy. I am creepy, but I'm not that creepy. So it was cool for them to see that and, you know, decide to come over my place and work with me and create this cool ass content for all of our fan sites. So it was definitely a good experience because it did build my personal brand. It didn't get me more mainstream work. I think there was only like 3 companies there that really focused on boy girl. There was one that was like, I think it was Cam. No, it wasn't Cam Soda. It was someone else. Live Free Cams. Is that the name of the company?
Oh, yeah, MFC, My Free Cams.
Yeah, MFC, yeah, the green one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that was there. They were hosting it. And then there was 3 focuses on like boy girl. So I got to meet all of them. They were very nice people. And, you know, I had my James Bang logo sticker on me that I actually handed to them so they wouldn't forget about me. And, you know, potentially maybe they'll book me in the future from that. So who knows? So
to be able to use it for a networking event, that is, I mean, that's huge. It's if you can get out there and shake hands and drop a sticker, drop a card. Hey, why not?
Yeah, it was my first convention and I didn't know anyone, so there was definitely a lot of double handshakes going on. The very nice to meet you handshake. So
nice.
Yeah.
Good. Well, the hope is that the next AVN you're there as a nominee.
Yeah, hopefully I get nominated for. I'm not picky, if it's just one thing, I'll be really happy with that, and I'll kind of just build off that one thing. If it is a nominee, if I win, great. If I don't, that's okay. So I think the next event that we're trying to push for is Urban X. That's coming up.
Yep.
I believe in August. So that'll probably take place before the AVN event. So that'll be the next show that I attend.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, and we've not got out to the West Coast for any of the events. We do the Exotica conventions over here. They are in Chicago. They do New Jersey, Washington, D.C., and Miami.
Oh, Miami. The Miami one is coming up, yeah.
Yeah, the Miami one, I think July 14th through 16th. So it's in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up. So.
Yeah. But, no, yeah, that's... again, to be able to get out there, to get your name out there at those kind of conventions is it's a benefit. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's always good news when you can show up and they can check you out in person, right? So they want to see that you're, the right height, the right weight, the right look. So people definitely look different in their pictures or videos, but it's nice to see a face to a name. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as you said, personality. You can't get personality on email or on Twitter. It's a different type where, again, you could sit and have a conversation. This is me. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I tell you what, we really appreciate the time. It has been really good.
For taking the time to. Those were really good questions. I definitely, let's make a deal. I'll come back to your show if I'm nominated, and I'll explain how I got that nomination. How does that work? That sound good?
There we go. We look forward to having you back because, again, as we said, and looking through, and as Mrs. did her research and everything, I mean, you're putting out quality content, great performer. You're on a track that, well, you control the destiny of it. And from the conversations, you know how to do it and you're driven to do it. So you have the drive and the want.
Hey, thanks so much. It's really just trial and error and kind of seeing what works and what doesn't work. So
that's life. That's life in general.
Well, yeah, that's life in general. I mean, so but hey,
no matter what your job is, I mean, really.
I mean, the world of sex, you keep trying to, well, maybe this works. Maybe it'll be different this time. Only try it this way. Hey.
So true.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do that again. I think it might be better, a little different.
Yeah. Same, but different.
Yeah, exactly.
The best part is practicing to make sure it all works.
Oh, there you go. Practice makes perfect.
Exactly. Well, one more time before we go, can you let everyone know where they can find you on social media and online?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter. That's my main account, James Bang XXX. As a friendly reminder, you do have to type it in the hyperlink because I am shadow banned like a lot of the other adult performers. So if you put me in the search bar, it's probably going to be another Asian. He may or may not look like me, but if you put my name, twitter.com/JamesBangXXX, you'll find me. My handle on Instagram is a little bit different because it's my 5th account. I keep getting deleted. The handle, you can find me JB_official_888. That's my Instagram. But if you put in James Bang, I should pop up. You should see my icon. So those are my main 2 platforms. OnlyFans, ManyVid, same thing, James Bang XXX. Really simple.
Yep.
So.
And listeners know that those links will be in the show notes. Mm-hmm. If they're listening to the show, they can get into the show notes, and we put your links in there so they can easily find it through the show notes as well.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So again, we truly thank you for your time. best of luck to you in the future. And hey, maybe we'll have a chance to meet in person sometime here in the next year or two. You never know.
Hey, fingers crossed.
All right.
Be hopeful. So, all
right.
Thank you guys for taking the time. Appreciate you guys.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Well, that was one fun dip in the tub this week.
It sure was.
Again, want to thank James for his time. Want to thank Erica Icon at the Rub PR for getting us together with him. Mm-hmm. So always enjoy meeting new people, and definitely was not disappointed and enjoyed our conversation both before, during, and after the recorded interview.
And it's always nice to expand our horizons a little bit because we really haven't had many male guests.
No, we have not, and we're definitely have kind of reached out, and we're working on some of that as well as we continue to grow and continue to look at new people, different things, and come up with some new ideas and some new performers and content creators to bring to all the listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Mrs., I think with that we're going to kind of wind this episode down. Be sure to give us a follow on our social medias, Twitter and Instagram, Berg Couple for Fun, the Bergs on Facebook and Reddit.
That darn Reddit. Have you figured it out?
Yeah, I'm still playing around with it. Yeah. Our Discord server is up. We're getting a little more active on that. We're trying to build it. Give some patience. We're there. Mrs. does have a Discord name, so she's sliding in and out of the Discord server as well. Just to, have some chats, have some fun, share some sexiness here and there.
I don't really slide in and out. You do.
Yeah. Yeah. You slide on and off.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, check out the Discord server. The link is in the show notes, and that can be found as well on our social medias. Some other things in the works have we been saying. We're definitely looking to branch out and expand and do a few new things here in the future now that we're slowed up a little bit. A few weeks getting ready for vacation, so we'll take a little break then. But we may have some fun stuff coming while we're on vacation, too. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But as we say, summer is here now. We talked today with James about taking care of yourself mentally. Do things that, just make you feel good. Stay fresh, stay happy, as positive as you can be.
Mm-hmm. Get some vitamin D.
However you want to get it.
Whatever form you prefer.
Exactly. Pay for your porn. Support all of these content creators and performers that we've become friends with and have shared time with us on the show. We appreciate that. We appreciate them and what they do for all of us. Wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time,
we'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.